Welcome everyone to Trend Talks Life. I am your host, Erin Tomey, and today we're talking to a trender on our partner team in Brazil, Marcela Santos. Marcela, how are you doing today?
Hi, Erin. I'm fine. It's currently a cloudy day here in São Paulo, but it's been great so far.
Well, I'm very happy to have you. I know we're very far away in terms of the globe, but I'd love to just start with you sharing a bit about your role here at Trend Micro.
Yeah, no, of course. I've been with Trend for the past 5 years now, and I'm currently part of our channel team here in Brazil. I'm in charge of our MDR project right now, and I was previously part of our marketing team here in LATAM as well.
Yes, that's how we originally first met, is working together across marketing teams. And Marcel, you've been here 5 years and you actually joined Trend in February of 2020, which was quite an interesting time in the world. What was your Trender origin story? How did you find Trend and what made you interested in joining the company?
To me, it's kind of a funny story. Actually, I didn't know anyone in the cyber world. I didn't have any connections. I was actually studying for my college exams at the time when an uncle of mine sent a PDF file in our family WhatsApp group talking about a sales program in São Paulo. And that's how I met Trend. That's when I started Googling and searching, and I applied to this program. It was called the General Markets Program, which was a 3-month-long sales training in São Paulo, here in Brazil. At first, I didn't think anything of it, and I remember, like as if it were yesterday, I was playing in bed, watching TV, and then I get a call from an unknown number. And I was like, nah, I don't want to pick this up. I do not know who it is. And then I did. And it changed the next 5 years of my life.
Yeah, a lot can certainly change with one phone call. What was your initial impression of the company during that 3-month program?
Yeah, I think we need to kind of circle back a little bit before the first 3 months, which was when I was actually looking up who Trend was. And I saw that the CEO was a woman. And I was like, that just spoke a little bit to me, because that to me is important. And you don't see many female CEOs often, especially in tech companies. And that was my first initial reaction, like, oh, maybe this company is different. And then when I started the program, I could actually see that my first thought of Trend was true. When you just get into the office, I know you've never been to our São Paulo office, but to those who have, you just can't miss the energy. It's like walking into a different world in São Paulo in the middle of the chaos of the city, and everyone is just so welcoming, and we have a lot of pretty fun people in our office. Everyone loves going there, and to me it was just this energy, that just caught my eye and spoke right to my soul.
Well, now that you've been here over 5 years, what experiences or things have happened that have kind of solidified or, proven true that initial impression you had of the Trend culture and what it was like to be in the office and those first couple of days, those first couple of weeks?
Yeah, I don't think you can talk about Trend without talking about Trend Cares, which is our initiative where we do every year where we like to give back to our community. And I can pinpoint the exact moment where I was like, I'm at the right place, actually. It was in 2023 during our Orlando SKO, which was my first SKO ever. And we had a Trend Cares in a bunch of schools in Florida. I don't know how many schools exactly there were, because we were trying to fit 3,000, 4,000 trenders at the same time. And you had a bunch of people speaking many, many languages, and we were all working together towards a greater cause. I can still like remember the moment when all of the trenders we were walking into the schools, and you had lines and lines of children cheering us on, and they had their drawings of us, and they were high fiving us. That was so beautiful, so beautiful. We even had like trend cares here in Brazil last year, where we worked on a community club where they give free football lessons for the kids. We had an amazing day with them, and it's beautiful. You cannot talk about what trend represents without talking about trend cares. No.
Yeah, I've been very lucky to have been involved in the service project for Sales Kickoff specifically. I've kind of helped with the organizing of it, and it is quite an experience. It is quite a planning experience to have, a couple thousand trenders. You're sending them to these schools that, we're talking to the kids about our cultures, we're working in the gardens, we're cleaning up, we're doing all kinds of stuff inside and outside the school. But that energy from the kids and just that excitement of them to see all of these people in red shirts, because of course you're wearing your Trend Cares shirt.
Yes, right now.
So it's like, a couple hundred people just drop down into their school to spend the day with them. And one of my favorite memories from a service project is normally, we have a kind of world tour in their gym where they can walk around to different tables and talk to trenders, because we have trenders from all over the world. So, and the Brazil team one year decided to bring all of these noisemakers with them. So you walk into the gym at the school and all you can hear is these noise machine horns that the Brazilian team is giving all of the kids. And I think that experience just really speaks to the energy of the Brazilian team. So I can really appreciate what you were saying of what it's like to be in that office and what it's like to work with that group of people, and seeing that energy come to life over the last 5 years. And I know the Trend Cares program is very special to a lot of trenders.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I brought so many vuvuzelas. That's what they're called. Vuvuzela. I'm so sorry. But that's who we are. We are loud and we are proud.
I know that the Trend Cares program is very important to a lot of trenders, and there are a lot of experiences that we take from doing those kind of outreach into our community. What is it like kind of coming back to the office? What are you bringing from that experience out in the community into your work every day and working with other trenders? How are you kind of seeing the connections between what we're doing to help others and what you're doing every day?
That's a great question. I think Trend Cares is an initiative that we really enjoy doing because it represents who we are as a collective of people. I know that every day coming into the office, if I have any questions, if I have like any doubts of my work, of things that I'm supposed to be doing, and I do not know how I'm supposed to do them, I know I can ask anyone on the team and they're gonna help me. Just like they know that they can ask me and others anything, and we'll just stop doing what we're doing and help them. I can go to our financial team and just ask them if I have any questions. I can go to our sales engineers and ask them anything technical that I have no knowledge of whatsoever, or I can go straight to my country manager and talk to him. And I know that everyone is going to help me, because that's what represents trenders. That's just who we are. That's who I am. That's also something that really spoke to me when working at Trend. So yeah, we like to give back to our community, but it's not something that we do like only one day out of 365. It's something that we do every day, either in office or online. from straight from our homes. I know I can just send a Teams chat right now and they'll get back to me as soon as they can.
Marcel, thank you so much for coming on Trend Talks Live today and sharing your Trender origin story, talking about the Trend Cares initiative and why it's important to you and your experience in the Brazil office. And I hope you just have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you for having me, Erin. It was a blast, and I cannot wait to see this episode.